Welcome back to Factorio, building the Hyperbase. As you can see, I've been playing around with a little bit of math. Let's pull this up. So what we have is 20 refineries. They produce these outputs. We've deemed it necessary to have 20 machines producing the plastic. Now, if we use that at maximum capacity, we need 196,000. But I've done some calculations, and if we have 4 of these, that's 100,000, and we don't actually need 100,000. We need about 85,000, which is still rather a lot. That's for LDS and for the circuitry that goes into RCUs. 199. Smashing through the research, although it's probably going to stop in the not too distant future because we'll probably run out of space science again. So I've reduced this number to, I think, 167 basically. And to get to 167, I added in 63,000, well, 55,000 of the petroleum gas from light, because we had 112 plus, what was it? 55. 112 plus 55 gives you 167. So we need 13 lights to petroleum conversions. We're converting all the heavy. That ends up being, that one doesn't actually tell me, so I should get rid of that one. What's that? Remove this row. Good, let's do that. That's the one that tells me. So I'm using 4 machines to convert the lot. It's actually not quite 26,000, it is only 20,000. But we do need the 4 machines because 3 is not enough. As you can see here, 3 only does 19, so we need 4. Let's do 4 then. We're not going to get 25,000, it'll be more like 19,000 of the light. But that light plus the light, so we're using 63 here. We had 91, that's 28 plus 19 is about 47. So 55 is more than 47. We have to use 40 of these. This is just having a look at, could we do it with just 10 beacons, and the answer is yes, because we might have to use only 10 beacons here. I'm not sure yet. We're about to find out. We don't need 12 beacons, I think, is the key. I mean, if we do use 12 beacons, we obviously overshoot, which might be fine, as long as we don't actually need as much product as we get. In this case, 8516. Rocket fuel. Sorry, solid fuel. And we want to know this one, 8516. Who would know until we have beaconed it up and added modules. Hopefully we can get 12, but we don't know. Per minute, 20. Well, we'll actually be at 40, won't we? So that's 6,400. If we have 40 of those, that's actually not enough, is it? Not if we are doing 12 beacons here. Remember, we only have about 47, so I've only really got 2/3 of this number. So our rocket fuel amount may in fact be enough after all. Interesting. And we are producing 896.1. I don't actually know that that's enough rocket fuel. For our launches, we need about 714 per launch. 1,000 divided by 1.4. 714 times 8. We need 5714. If we divided that by 4, we actually need 1,428 rocket fuel, not just 800. That's a problem. We might need more of these complexes. I don't like that answer. How many? So originally I was expecting to have twice as many, to have like 80 machines, not 40. But that's clearly going to overshoot. Not to mention that we can't actually supply that with this build. Let me just see. Oh, let's go back to map mode. What's this massive collection doing? Assuming it actually can do it. That lot is doing 2,000 rocket fuel per minute. So it does kind of look like we need to support 80 machines. I guess the other thing that I should bear in mind is I've cut this down to 20, but there's no actual reason why it has to be 20. See, we're using 20 machines. We could increase this. 22 machines. Why is this saying 23? We said 22. That's correct. Now when we go to 22, Why does this go to 23? Come on, machine. That's just weird. Not entirely trusting the number I'm getting now. We would still need 4 heavy cracking, but would get slightly more of this stuff. I guess the question is, would we be able to support our plastic being 167, so 44, we'd need 44 of this one, rather than 55, we'd need 44. So we would be subtracting 54 from our total. That would leave us with 47 plus, say, 21. So we'd have about 68 to convert. 68. 68. Now the only problem is this basically jumps up to 80. And obviously we're not feeding all of that because we're only getting 68,000 worth, which is more like 50. It's not even 50. Better than 40. It's about 42 actual machines. So we're getting about 8,900 and 8,900. Oh, come on, autosave. Why do you always turn up when I don't need you? 8,900. We'll be getting about 1,200, which is not enough. So we might have to go to 24. I think we had 25 originally. But I was thinking I only needed 3 installations, so I obviously was making a mistake there if that was the case. Still, we're not going to need that much more than this to get to 167. It's now 33. Oops, 33 off instead of that. It would be 8, so it'd be taking 39. 39, that would be 71 plus 23 would have about 98 light. 98 light would make a huge difference here because we'd have twice as many basically. Even more. That's not the one that I wanted to do this on. That's the one that I wanted to do it on. No, that's the one. So we'd have 98, not 68. There you go. So we'd be supporting about 60, although we'd have to use about 80 probably. We could do it with 10 beacons though. So that's 12,000, almost 13,000 of the heavy, sorry, of this solid fuel. And there you go, we get the 80 machines using 12 beacons. So alright, let's see if we can do a 10 beacon to 12 beacon kind of build. We'll leave a little bit of space, and this is just experimental building for the moment. So that would be 4. We would need a chem plant. I think I have some in a little stash just over here. I do. Fantastic. I might grab that and that while we're here. Okay. So we want a chem plant. Oh yeah, this is not going to be easy to make this into 10. Because we need to leave room so that we can do this kind of thing. The beacons in front can basically be like that. So we could get our 10, I guess, like this. But we need 12 for this next phase, so we're probably going to have to come out like this. Into that's fascinating. I doubt it's going to work like that though. Because we still need our beacons here. Yeah, we need 2, so we'd need a car. But that's okay, we're used to needing cars. So that would basically be the idea. Oh yeah, they do need to be back that far. It doesn't look like I've got any productivity on me. Did I have any of that up in this little collection? Yes, I did. So this one makes solid fuel, this one makes rocket fuel. And what we do is we have a or maybe we should leave a gap here so it's in line with those. We stamp this down what amounts to 1, 2, and we position it so that the rail can be coming straight through. We stamp this down so there's a top and a bottom, and that's one platform, and then we do it again, top and bottom, to get enough throughput for the fuel that we need. And we have to extend this to 24, which I think we overshoot the length a little bit here, so the extra 4 are going to have to go out this way, which we should be able to do. Let's just grab a blueprint. 1, 2, 3, 4. And oh no, that's the actually, do I have any more refineries up there? I'm not sure. No. So the first thing we need to put into here is we want 4 more refineries in this pattern. Now, okay, so that's the oil. Now this stuff needs to get up to here, and it basically can't, not in one go anyway. So we'll have to get it up like so. Good, that's kind of working in spite of everything. Okay. Yes, we'll need to extend power. And now I probably don't actually have enough room here for the conversion that I was going to put there, but that's okay, because I can probably put the conversion down here. So we're basically running a bus of let's put the light there and the heavy there. What's that? I don't need that. naturally these things are going to get in the way. Oh, that is every single one of them probably. It's alright, when we have this we can fit them where they should go. Not just where they have gone. Yep, so far every single one. Yep. Why change from a good plan, right? And the heavy will just be drawn off at the ends and cracked completely. And I think it will be fine doing that. But the light will actually have some of it drawn directly down into yeah, this is not going to work, is it? We're going to need to leave a space just in case, because we're going to have a situation where we may have pipe go sort of like that and then cross over. So having done all of those, I realize now we need at least one more space. This is not going to work because I've already worked out that this goes either, this has to go up one or down one. I think probably down one is going to be what we choose. I've used that, we can always get it again. Does that actually load onto a wagon? If it's like that, is that how the ones up here look? I can't tell because we've got a train sitting there. What about the ones up here? Same deal, we've got a train sitting there. You got 69,000. Are you needed somewhere? Yep, just go, because I want to see what's going on here. There you go. Yes, so that does look to be correct. Okay, so this situation at this level is basically what we want. So there is a little bit of room for maneuver just up there. It's kind of what all of that has finally established for us. The thing that we haven't done that we probably should do is, unless there's a, well, we want these to be interlinked, don't we? So even if it flows straight down and connects in, we still want it to go kind of like that, I think. And this we'll probably want to move over one then. Still have some of those. Good, good. And that one. So there you go. We actually got some drain into here, but no power is no power. That's it. At the moment it's this here that I want. There'll only be some of these that actually hook up in the way that we want them to, so let's not kid ourselves about that. Let's just swap these over for a sec. So it's fairly small cracking numbers, which can be a little bit dangerous, because if we need one thing and not the other, especially if we need the fuel or something and we're not burning enough of this, it could be an issue. Oops. Okay, so I want to copy pretty much all of that. Does that? No, it doesn't like it much, because it sort of offsets slightly, especially when you use the rail. And the other thing is, having those in there is problematic, and when you get rid of them you actually need to save it, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Yeah, having the rail is not going to work. I've got two copies of the same thing now, except I took the rail off the wrong one. So it is probably that which we need, which means that there's going to be an extra space in some of these beacons along the way. Basically, let's take power off and move you and you. Why are you twisted? Yeah. What? You sit like that. Beacon. You go there. So yeah, on one side the beacons, instead of being hard against this, will be like that. And then I think we have a tileable pattern. Can I include the rail and still have it tileable? No, I cannot include the rail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if that really is 20, the next thing to do would be to do that, which will tell us that it is 20. Get rid of that. Do that, which is slightly annoying because we missed out this row. I don't actually know if twisting it was required. Let's just check, is that right? It's basically the middle, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Oh, that one, yeah, they're all pretending to be connected by that, which is not necessarily going to be the case. So the idea is by having some of these connect directly, so that one obviously is not going to work, that's 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 not going to work. This is the next one that actually does work. As in tying in with our existing infrastructure. That one actually works, that's nice. That one doesn't. That one doesn't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. No, but this one does. And then this one does. So it doesn't matter that they don't, because we'll still have them drain out of here. It's just we need to put them where makes more sense, right? Something like that. So I need this twice. Do I work out one first and then I might complete one first and then do the other. So that's pointless. This one. Right, this one is not particularly good wherever it goes. It's not worth doing that. Except for ease of movement. This one should probably go up here. perfect. This is that. This one is basically as bad as it gets. How many more of these have we got to do? I guess it's not that many more. Yeah, we want to probably go to there. This one is probably the best side. Probably that one. It's perfect. That's perfect. This one is slightly less than perfect. Oh, are we actually out? We are out. So we're going to need to head back to the main base for some more supplies. We can deposit these ones first though. Wow. Didn't actually get us all that far. Okay, so let's grab the rest of these supplies. I knew they'd come in handy, that's why I left them here. It might pay me to swap out a few other things that we're not using, like all of those, all of those. Should really be doing this from my plane. Where is it? Down the other end, no doubt. Looks like we are out of chemical machines at the moment. Alright, let's see what else we have up here. We have those, we don't need those, we want these and these, we don't want those, we want those. Maybe those. I'm going to wait here until these blue flashing lights vanish. And yeah, we must have run out of space science again, but hopefully these additions will help us fix that situation. Certainly the intention. Oh, we're out of chem plants as well. Alright, so we need some more chem plants. We need more assembly machines, obviously, because 2's not going to be enough. And we're going to want to duplicate this complex down here. Probably with a row of pipe coming through here anyway, which means we're going to want some more pipes. I'll get 300 and even 200. We need assembly machines. Guess 50, and we probably need, say, 50 of them as well. I'm not sure what else we need. I should probably leave all these modules here because we'll probably use them. Swap the armor, and just give me a second. I was just actually turning the air conditioning off. It's a little bit cold now. Cooler night, which is quite nice. Let's jump on board our plane, grab this stuff, see if we can get the basic idea panned out, and I can fill it in between episodes just to keep us moving forward. And we are quite close to here, which is kind of handy. Is that everything? That looks like everything. In that case, I will grab some more beacons, because you can never have too many beacons. Okay. Yes, this did indicate we were close. So, let's first of all get our guy. And then pretty much wherever we actually want these, we should be able to say sure. Like that, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I don't actually want to copy this one. Probably should have put the rail in before doing this, but never mind. Because actually, we do have rail in there, so that works. So that's on the wrong side for us. So yes, we have these lined up. so that should be fine to do this kind of pattern all the way along through here. The only problem we'll have is if we don't actually have the fluid throughput. Now if we need to put machines in there, which we might. Let's just see if we had enough stuff. We needed some extra beacons, but then the beacons were just grabbed at the last minute, so never really tell with beacons. So they don't stack that high, and you always seem to need far more than you, unless you count them, of course. That's the way you can tell. Okay, that's most of that. So yeah, the only other bit then after this is the cracking, which is 2 heavy and 6 at one end, and I guess 7 at the other end of light to petroleum, which then gets directed up here. And transporting the light down to here and to here, and obviously the rail lines. So I mean, there is a bit of work to do. I will certainly sort out the piping and probably the cracking between times, and next episode we can finally get this happening in our factory. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye bye for now.